DramaCityProductions.com.
You are plugged in for the Podcast Wrestling Society, where you can get dynamic weekly pro wrestling and MMA related content. Give us a follow on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PODWRES Society so that you can stay in the know.
Space is the place, and the sky's the limit.
And if you like what you hear, give us a 5-star review and hit that subscribe button.
Woo! 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 Woo!
Now, your host, he is the one and only Troy Adams.
We're rising like the new blood. We are the Podcast Wrestling Society. This one goes out to all our freaks out there. We are your hookup on Wrestling Wednesday. Holler if you hear us. I'm your loving leader, benevolent host, and Midwest monster, the almighty Troy Adams. And joining me today, he is the Bobby Lashley to my Leo Rush. My man, the man. He is Greg. What up, Greg?
What up? I want you to yell my name in like that nasally tone, too.
What the hell? Greg! I can't do a good one. At least, well, just don't flex your ass for everybody, all right?
That's the money shot.
Yeah. Let's not. Can we just? Well, we gotta get matching sunglasses. You gotta wear a sweatband around the head and get a leather vest, and then I gotta wear like no shirt but a vest over, like just the whole deal. Like we can cosplay.
All right, it's fair.
All right, well, we are not talking about Leo Rush, Bobby Lashley in the WWE today. However, given the beginning of the intro there, we are still talking about Vince Russo in the WCW, bro. It's gonna be a good one, Tater.
Whoa.
Wow. Well, he posted something just on the subject of Vince Russo. He tweeted something recently that I sent you. I'm hoping that this was a joke and sarcasm, but you can never tell with him. He posted a picture of the one time Charlotte was seen on, well, I guess it was the second time. She was seen on WCW during that really uncomfortable scene where David Flair and Vince Russo were going through Rick's house. And he said something about, he's congratulating her on stealing the pay-per-view 2 months in a row, and said that he discovered her and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I really hope you're being sarcastic. Am I wrong for thinking he's being serious?
No, because he probably is.
Yeah. Apparently that didn't sit well with Conrad Thompson, because he said, and muted. Oh man! Well,
why would he care?
Oh, I don't know. He doesn't have any close ties to the Flair family or anything. But yeah, so yeah, Vinny Ruru finding a way to jackhammer himself back into headlines again. Like it's just that.
That's what he does, bro.
That's self-righteous.
He's a heel.
Yeah, he's a real life heel, self-righteous, like SOB. Just, oh God, I can't, bro. I can't, bro. Like he needs to be gone forever, bro. But if you guys want to hear, because we are on part 6 today, we will have a part 7 next week. But this week we're going to be concentrating on part 6. This is August and a little bit of September of 2000. And when is it that he's gone forever, bro, from WCW? Is that October?
3 Nitros after Fall Brawl. So after we end today, we'll have 3 Nitros left.
Yeah, and we'll try to stretch it out, and we'll cover a little bit of news, bro. The only real news, and I mean this is old, but for those of you that haven't heard, real quick, just before we get into this. James Ellsworth may be in some trouble because he was supposedly sending nudes, real nudes, to a 16-year-old.
It's not funny, but...
No, but yeah. And then people have been making fake T-shirts that say, instead of Ellsworth 316, it says Ellsworth she 16. It just...
Good God.
Oh, they're going to hell. But yeah, supposedly he was sending nudes to a 16-year-old girl. Of course, there's a group of people that aren't believing her or are for some reason blaming her for all of this. And she's like,
you know what? I want to see the side by side comparisons with Ellsworth's junk, and then I'll.
What? No one ever wants to see Ellsworth's junk. All right. I wonder if it's as misshapen as his chin. You know what? I'm not going there.
You've already done it.
Yeah,
you're there.
I know. Oh, either way, not good. Any chances of him ever coming back to WWE if this stuff turns out to be real are gone forever, bro. And got it in again. 3 times. We're firing on all cylinders today, pal. But all right, before we dive into this, I really want to let you all know about, we have now 2 shops where you can buy merchandise for the Podcast Wrestling Society, not just at Redbubble, but we have a new shop as well. Of course, I'm talking about our brand new SpreadShirt shop. It is shop.spreadshirt.com/podcast-wrestling-society. There you can get all the great merch from t-shirts for men and women, tank tops for men and women, hoodies, ball caps, mugs, travel mugs, water bottles, tote bags, duffel bags, cell phone and tablet cases, stickers, button pins, pillowcases, posters. If we don't have it, it just ain't available. Go there or go to redbubble.com/people/pod-rest-society. There you can see our artwork portfolio and get all of it on a bunch of great merch. Come get this merch. The holidays are coming up right around the corner, and you want to get all of this great stuff for the loyal PWS listeners in your life. That's redbubble.com/people/pod-rest-society or shop.spreadshirt.com/podcast-wrestling-society. And here real quick, we do want to let you know about our association with wrestlingwithwrestling.com. They're a gracious host of ours besides the Drama City Productions Network. I'm trying to keep up with Wrestling with Wrestling, and you can go there now and keep up with us and a bunch of other news and whatnot. WrestlingWithWrestling.com has all of the latest, greatest stuff if you want to know what's going down in WWE, whether Raw, SmackDown, or elsewhere. They also have great news from indie promotions from here in the States and abroad. Keep up with the Smash This podcast covering MLW Fusion if you want to know about that. There are interviews with great wrestlers from the past and present. They're also keeping up with what's going on in the World Tag League right now in New Japan Pro Wrestling and the latest and greatest news from across the wrestling world that we can't always keep up with here on the podcast because we only do 1 show a week. Besides us, there's also other great podcasts there like the Andre Corbeil Show, 205 Live's weekly podcast, 205 Jive with friend of the show Jacob Grandi, and so much more. Go to WrestlingWithWrestling.com, covering all 4 corners of the ring. And I think that's all the shilling I will do for now. We will tell you how you can advertise with the podcast a little later, but Greg, are you ready to dive into post-New Blood Rising in WCW?
I am. I think.
All
maybe.
Right. Well,
I don't know.
Right after New Blood Rising, the next Raw took place August 14th, 2000.
Nitro?
Yes. What did I say?
Raw.
Oh, God. Yeah, well, I don't know where Raw was, but...
Well, the next Raw did take place that day. You're not wrong.
Well, no. But
we're not talking about that.
But it didn't take place here. It was at the Sky Reach Place, great name, in Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada. I don't know. If we have any British Columbia, Canada listeners, let me know how the hell that place is said. But either way, so yeah.
And also, tell me how to... Never mind.
I don't even want to know where you were going with that, but...
No, you don't. You don't.
Okay, well, either way.
It'll come up in this.
Oh, I bet. If you all want to follow along, I am getting my my information. Greg actually watched this, so feel sorry for him. I did not watch it. I am following along on pwwew.net. So go check it out. It says, after walking out on his number one contender shot last night at New Blood Rising, Bill Goldberg arrived on Monday Nitro, ready to face anything Vince Russo had in store. While Goldberg made himself a hit list for the night, Lance Storm was busy creating an army of sorts, while Jacques Rougeau, Carl Ouellet, is it Ouellet? Ouellet? Do you know how it's pronounced?
I think it's Ouellet.
Okay. Carl Ouellet. Yeah, the pirate. And there
you go. The other Mountie.
Yeah. And Primetime by his side, Storm declared war on the United States, with his first casualty being Mike Awesome. Yeah, them dastardly Canadians that, we've had years of, conflict with here in the U.S. God. Well, we all knew last night at New Blood Rising that Goldberg refused to follow the script. And if you want to hear all
Oddly enough, they've not aired that commercial on the network.
Wow.
So
you can find it on YouTube. It is there. Go check it out. It is hilarious, where they try to make it sound all serious. And, yeah. And if you want to hear about what happened from our perspective, it's in the archives, bro. Go check it out. But I'll leave it open to you, Greg. What's going on here?
All right. Not a lot of really bad stuff on the show, so I only got a couple of notes, honestly.
Alrighty.
But reading along, you'll probably pick up some stuff. The show opens with a, quote, shoot fight between Tank and Goldberg because of what happened. So Russo sick Tank Abbott on him. And we're like, you hear the announcers talking about it. Oh, there's this going on. And they're not showing it. So they're trying to promote this again as a off the script fight, bro. And then Russo comes down in the midst of it, gets in the announcer's table and says, starts swearing, show the effing fight, threatening to fire producers if they don't. So they put it on, and then we start seeing the fight.
Which I can only assume was just amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, am I wrong? Was it fantastic?
No, it was man, 5 stars, man.
Magic for the eyes to behold.
They're just punching the hell out of each other and throwing each other into the barricade, into the ring.
Oh, man. 5 stars, bro.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah.
Next note I have the whole thing with Stacy Keibler the night before in the ROTC match, that classic rip off the camouflage match.
Oh,
she kept gripping her stomach and crying, and it turns out she's pregnant. And again, I was like, who didn't see that coming?
What is it with Russo and the she's pregnant angles? Every time he did this with Terry Runnels.
Yep.
Like, god dang. And then how do you book yourself out of that? Other than saying, oh, she never was pregnant or she had a miscarriage or something. It's something incredibly distasteful. Like, there's no good way
I
to
disagree, because Russo
out.
doesn't do distasteful things. So.
Oh, yeah, never. Mr. Jerry Springer, Howard Stern lover. No, never. He has the IQ of a peanut.
Oh, man.
If you guys haven't listened to our previous episodes, yes, we bury Russo a lot in this, but I mean, it's well-deserved. We're not doing it just out of spite.
It is a topic, too, the Russo era, so.
Yeah.
Hey, I try to give him credit when I can. I just can't find any.
Yeah, I mean, you heard him earlier in the podcast. He said there's not too much bad with this one.
Well, not this one. No, I mean,
there you go.
I mean, this episode. So,
that's saying something when you can say it's not that bad.
Well, you see, I say that, and I'm about to get to the end of the show right here, and here we go.
Well, one thing I picked up on here real quick, Disco asked the Cat backstage to run a clip of his upcoming VH1 appearance on The List, bro.
Yeah, I didn't know what the hell that was, so I probably should have looked into it, but yeah.
Well, I mean, and this was 18 years before our list, bro. So I don't know what he's talking about. That's not as good of a list. All right, what does VH1 have on us?
Well, I mean, I don't know if you're joking, but it is VH1, so nothing.
Yeah. Answer: nada.
Yeah. So the show ends with a jackhammer to Madeja. So.
Wow.
And I messaged you. I talked to you off air about this. A lot of women getting beat up by men. Things in this episode.
One thing I noticed: the world title match is yet again buried in the center of the show. Like
that's going to get worse later in this episode.
Yeah, it's Jeff Jarrett and Booker
As if
T
it
go
could,
to
it will.
Yeah, well, Jarrett and Booker go to a no contest. At the end of the match, I guess Jarrett attacked referee Mickey J. Charles Robinson arrived on the scene as a ref, allowing the bout to continue. Jarrett used the stroke on the WCW champion as he went for the cover. It was pulled out of the ring by Goldberg, who threw the Chosen One into the crowd about 3 rows deep. Goldberg took the mic, telling Russo that he got one, but he had 2 more to go, claiming that Vince was next. Yay.
Yep.
And I also see that they changed the name of I assume this was the Cruiserweight title, to the 100 kilograms and under title.
Yeah, it was part of the whole Canadian having all the titles thing. So it was that. The U.S. title was the Canadian title, and the hardcore title was the Saskatchewan Hardcore International title.
Which,
long name, just use the initials.
Yeah, you can figure it out. Which, I mean, in all honesty, that's what that title was from the get-go, but, whatever. Yeah. But I see
man.
he gave the 100 kilo title to primetime Elix Skipper.
I think he just became Elix Skipper. His name was Skip Over before.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
And the main event of the night, by the way, was Sting defeating Vampiro and Great Muta and the Demon in a 4 corners match.
That was pretty good, actually. Believe it or not.
Well, how about that? The Dark Carnival. Yeah.
I'll say this. I talk a lot of crap about Vampiro, but I always thought it was pretty good. I mean,
yeah, I always
nuts.
like Vampiro, and he's a legend, and he's over in Mexico, man.
Yeah, as long as they play his effing music.
Oh God, yeah.
Effing music. I'll never forget that video.
Please play my music. Just play it now. Please, God, play my music. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, go back and watch highlights, or rather lowlights, from AAA's Triple Mania 26. My God.
Or don't.
Yeah.
Stop subjecting our listeners to crap. I mean, we're doing enough as it is.
No, it's fun. By the way, the main event on Raw this week was Triple H, Kurt Angle, and Shane McMahon versus The Rock and the Dudley Boys.
Yeah.
Not
Let me
bad.
get to Thunder real quick, because there's only one thing from Thunder, and I didn't watch it, so I just wrote the whole thing down. So this is good. Okay, go with me on this. They book Mean Gene Okerlund versus Mark Madden again.
My God.
Because why not?
Oh, yeah, it was a main event anywhere in the world, man.
Okay, Madden talks smack. By the way, this is a Kamloops street fight. Don't know what the hell that is.
Okay.
I Googled it, and it's a Canadian thing, so.
Okie doke.
Madden talks smack on Mean Gene Okerlund as Mean Gene came to the ring, dressed in Kamloops apparel, set to begin the, quote, match of the millennium. Gene got the mic and told Madden to blow it out of his ass. Okerlund called for a pose down, but after removing his jersey, Madden choked Gene into the canvas. Norman Smiley arrived, but Carl Ouellette jumped on him, causing Big Vito to come out. Who the hell? It says Smokey climbed to the second turnbuckle, ready to end Mean Gene's life. But Pamela Paul Shock ran from the back to a low blow, setting up Oakland for a pinfall victory. Oh, God, I wish I could see this.
Man, that just sounded like you take something that's already a mess and you overbook the hell out of it and make it like 10 times worse. That just screams Vince Russo. Oh, man.
Mean Gene Oakland, you're going to be in a match against Mark Madden, bro.
Like I said, I can't be stressed enough. Main event anywhere in the world, bro. Tokyo Dome, 7 stars. Good
oh,
Lord.
man.
My question is, why didn't we see Mean Gene and Mark Madden wrestle more? Not even just each other, but just like the whole roster. Just like it needed to happen, bro.
I don't think we deserved all that.
Oh, well, nobody deserves it, but it's not what we deserve. It's what we need.
We'll always leave wanting more.
I guess so. God dang it. Is that everything weird that we need to cover on Thunder then?
All that I read, yeah.
All right. Well, we go from beautiful, scenic, middle of nowhere British Columbia and Canada to beautiful, scenic, middle of nowhere Wichita, Kansas on August 21st.
Yeah.
Wichita. My dad lives in Wichita, Kansas, and it's just, I don't envy him. I'll just say that. Anyway, man, this time we started, it goes from almost main event to opening match here. We get another 100 kilogram and under title match on this Nitro. But I'll let
yeah, we're not allowed to call it cruiserweight, by the way.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Or Lance Storm will come out and kick someone.
Oh, yeah, I'll kick him right in the face. On the other channel, by the way, on Raw, the main event is Stephanie McMahon Helmsley, that's when she was hyphenating her name, defending the women's title against Lita with special guest referee The Rock.
Oh, that's when Lita wins it.
Yeah, and this is another way of jackhammering The Rock into the main event again on Raw. He's in every main event just about through the year 2000, I've noticed. Like, there have been, 1 or 2 weeks that he's not main eventing Raw. 2000 was a hot year for The Rock. But, all right, what do we got on Nitro, bro?
Oh, man.
I'm seeing this. I'm seeing the sighting, a sighting of one person I'm very excited to talk about later on in the show. But I'll let you start it off.
First of all, the first segment, I noticed that one of the security guards is Wildcat Chris Harris.
Nice.
Just thought I'd throw that in there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You mean Braden Walker?
Braden Walker, my mistake.
Yeah. And he's gonna bash your brains in.
That would be like not calling Phineas Naked Midian. You're right. Okay.
What the hell? Speaking of which, you'll be very disappointed in Bruce Pritchard. He kind of buried him a little bit on his podcast.
Well, that's because no one wants to see Pritchard naked.
What the hell?
Height, that's a naked man I want to see.
Oh my God! Now he put over Henry.
Oh,
Henry O. What's his name? Mark Canterbury. He put him over strong and said he thought he could be the next Hillbilly Jim or bigger. And he's like, and then they put Phineas with him, and he's like, I mean, he was okay, but he wasn't.
Okay, now we're really getting off course.
I know, but I just think you always talk about Naked Midian. I'm giving you a segment here.
I don't care about Henry Godwin.
I have a Henry Godwin figure actually.
Of freaking course you do.
It was a gift.
Of course it was. Probably from your dad.
No, it wasn't. A friend of mine sent me a box of his old figures, and that was in it. But he didn't have a Phineas, oddly enough.
All right, I'm going to cut this because we're getting really off. Here we go. So it starts off Russo offering to let Goldberg out of his contract and to, quote, go wherever he wanted to go next Monday. I don't know what he meant by that.
Go wherever he wanted to go, like home?
No, he said he was going to let him go out of his contract in WCW.
So he's going to go to ECW, bro.
Oh, of course, that's the only other place.
Yeah, he's going to trade off for Mike Awesome.
And then we see Scott Steiner on the big screen at Goldberg's hotel. He busts in and takes Goldberg's girlfriend and says he's going to show her what it's like to be with a real man, and like drags her out while she's screaming. I'm thinking they just promoted a rape at the beginning of their show. I mean,
somebody brought this up. Somebody brought this up about Steiner, by the way. They're like, I heard about he was at a live show and somewhere in the middle of nowhere and cut this like really off-color promo before, and I'm like, man, Steiner's just getting worse and worse. He's like, and then I went and watched some of his old stuff, and I'm like, no, he's always been this bad. I just forgot.
Yeah, it's nothing new.
Yeah, he's a nut. But you and I saw him at WrestleCon. Lucky us.
You look pretty tame, though.
Oh yeah, from what I heard, I mean, like in public and stuff like that, I heard he's like a super nice guy. But anyway, getting off subject. But yeah, I just wanted to sidebar about freaking Freakzilla.
The next segment, 3 Count performs a new song.
Yes.
Ain't nothing but a tank thing.
Oh, man. Did he wear his nippleless shirt?
No.
Damn.
It must be a copyrighted song because they cut right to the end of it.
Wow. Who the hell would claim copyright to that?
I don't know, but their first song they made, 3 Count, it was copyrighted, but the second one wasn't copyrighted, so they played it. And I'm assuming this third one, Nothing But a Tank Thing, is copyrighted.
Yeah. Well, let me run down this segment here real quick. Abbott stopped the performance, claiming that 3 Count was off-key. The Dark Carnival arrived, destroying the singing quartet. Vampiro, Muda, and the Insane Clown Posse informed everyone that Juggalo Championship Wrestling was taking over WCW.
Taking over, bro.
And they should have cut that old Eric Bischoff NWO promo. We are taking over. And Vampiro was the JCW champion, the very prestigious JCW championship, by the way. Abbott revived. Oh, sorry, I couldn't get through that with a straight face. Abbott revived and challenged the Vamp to a title match later in the show. And we're getting a JCW title match on Nitro. Oh, man, I bet you were psyched.
Oh, God, yes, especially with Mark Mann saying, I'm so honored to be called my very first JCW title match.
God,
the prestigious and the most glorified world championship in all of professional sports.
God dang it. By the way, man. I used to, for all of you, I'm not crapping on, I used to be a juggalo a while ago, so I'm not trying to crap on him, but seriously, I like how, Abbott stops and goes, well, you guys were off key, and then ICP interrupts, because if anybody would know about being off key, it would be Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope.
Oh, God.
I see. Before that, we got an amazing match. I don't want to, cover the match too much, but I see an amazing match that just like put it on the marquee, man. Corporal Cajun versus Kiwi. Why wasn't that the main event?
First of all, it wasn't that bad, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it wasn't that great either.
No, it wasn't. It was more about getting the Paisley Major Guns feud going, I think.
Oh yeah, because that's what we really need. That'll put butts in seats, pal. Oh God.
Let's get back to some more woman beating because we can't get enough of that.
Well, first, I see. This is what it's not a match. I was wrong, but it was an interview segment that involves somebody. I just want to touch on it because I love this guy. Above average Mike Sanders, man. That's all I need to say. Right there.
It's actually part of my next one, actually.
All right, then hit it.
So it's the Filthy Animals versus the Natural Born Thrillers. For some reason, there's no woman in their group, but there's Tigress in the Filthy Animals, and I guess she's in the match as part of the match. She ends up being the last one. She ends up being the last one, and she takes a senton bomb from Sean O'Hare.
Excuse me, a Sean Ton bomb. All right, get it right.
My mistake.
This thing.
But yeah,
It says Tigress came in after the match, was caught with a Shanton bomb, leaving her writhing in pain. Like, man, they were descriptive.
Yeah,
God.
so that's 2 straight weeks with a woman getting beat up.
Hooray.
Can't make this stuff up, dude.
And again, we see the world title being buried.
Oh, it gets even better. So in that match, Chuck Palumbo wins the title after a Russo fast count. But the cat comes out and reverses the decision because of all the interference and everything, and then Booker T ends up winning.
Whoa. You mean to tell me Russo overbooked a world title match? You're lying.
I think he did by accident.
Yeah. With Booker T versus, somebody who should never have been anywhere near a world title match. No offense, Chuck, but god dang, dude.
Well, apparently he was only in this match because Nash wasn't in the building.
Oh, so we can't find Kevin Nash. Who did Chuck get in the match? Get a world title shot, bro.
Oh man.
We get 3 straight title matches. 4. Excuse me. 4. No, I'm sorry. 4 title matches with a random match breaking it up towards the end. But yeah, 4 title matches on this random Nitro.
Yep. Some not bad matches though. The big one for me was the way the show ended. So they handcuffed Goldberg.
Sorry, you're brushing over the amazing JCW title match between Vampiro and Tank effing Abbott.
Well, it was more of a segment than anything. But,
well, it involved Tank Abbott, therefore main event quality. And the prestigious JCW title.
You couldn't even say that without laughing.
No, it's probably that thing was probably made out of cardboard and tinfoil.
So the show ends with Goldberg being handcuffed, and then Scott Steiner puts his girlfriend in the Steiner recliner right in front of him and is taunting him the whole time.
Okay, so gotta beat up a girl, bro.
Twice in one night. And also tease rape with her, too.
It's not funny, but what the hell is going on? And this, by the way, followed up the main event, which was a Canadian title match. Lance Storm and Jeff Jarrett defeated Mike Awesome and General Erection. How was it a Canadian title match when it was a tag match?
Whoever got the fall will walk out with the title.
I hate
the match is actually not that bad.
Yeah, I hate that stipulation. It's stupid. I don't know. That's personal preference.
The Russo thing, bro.
God. Yeah. I see that wraps up that one, I guess.
The only thing from Thunder that week that I saw that it's not even apparently Tank fires 3 count, but then they turn on him in the match. I don't know what exactly he fired them from.
I thought he was their roadie or whatever the hell.
Something like that, yeah. But he fired them.
I'm confused, bro.
Well, they couldn't get nothing but a Tank thing going, so they're fired.
What do you mean? That thing shot straight to aluminum. Get it instead of platinum.
I just got that.
Gotcha. Yeah, there you go. All right. Well, I think. Well, actually, let's hit this last. It's the last Nitro of August, and then we'll take our break here. My God, August 28th. They are in. Man, they go in 3 weeks. They go from Canada to Mid America to Mexico. Or no, I'm sorry, they're in New Mexico.
Yeah,
Las Cruces, New Mexico. Was it racist that I did that accent?
I'm not saying anything.
It's okay. I got you on the podcast, so I'm safe.
Notable thing from this for me, the number one thing. All right, are you ready?
I'm sitting down.
the debut of that 70s guy, Mike Awesome.
Yes. Been waiting so long for this, man.
Oh my God. He pulls up in a Partridge Family bus. Yeah.
It would have been better because everybody's got a vehicle apparently, especially him. It would have been better if he was driving Kelso's van.
Yeah, right.
That would have been awesome. Jackie, get in the van. Dude, you know what would have been hilarious is if they were like pulling quotes off of the show and just like having him do it. Like somebody's like making fun of him liking we'll say rotund women, you know, something like that. And he's like, "You guys keep making fun of me. I'm coming back and kicking so much ass."
Well, he really could though.
Yeah. Then there'd be like a segment where like Pamela Paulshock or one of the girls are doing something and he like busts in the room. "What's she wearing?" So many ideas.
Little to nothing, but
right. No, I'm not complaining. Well, the main event,
middle of the show.
Oh, sorry, real quick. The main event on Raw, and I don't know, Nitro blew this away. Clearly, it was The Rock defending the WWF title against Kane. And
well, we're about to get into why this was better.
Exactly. I guarantee it was. But go ahead.
Middle of the show again. Nash versus Booker T. Nash wins. New champ count up to 11.
Wow. Okay.
Russo's been in WCW for 5 months at this point, and he's already had 11 world champions.
Yeah. It's a prop, bro. Nobody cares. Just like, what the hell? By the way, I'm seeing what is his fetish with stupid flipping gimmick matches that just don't make any lick of sense. And like Jim Cornette commented on this, he said the whole reason they hired him in TNA years ago was so he could explain or try to explain to the audience what the hell these stupid ass stipulations were that Russo was coming up with. And I full on believe it because right in a row here, I'm seeing a House of Pain match between the Harris Brothers and Chronic. What the
that
F
was more
was
of
that?
a segment, but basically it's like Hell in a Cell, but there's handcuffs on the cage, and they gotta handcuff their opponent to the cage and beat the crap out of them in the match.
Yeah, because we don't already have caged heat and whatever else. And then right afterwards, a prisoner of war match, which is what, a tables match?
Yeah, and then either Team Canada or MIA got to take a POW from the losing side.
Wow.
Team Canada ended up taking Major Guns.
Well, of course. I'm not sure if distasteful. Like, I don't know, man.
No, it's a woman with huge breasts who he can exploit, so why not?
Well, I get that part. I mean, obviously. But I'm talking like the prisoner of war thing. Like, come on. Like, yeah. I get it, but like, come on.
Well, we don't actually see the match yet, but Shane Douglas sets up his Pittsburgh plunge scaffold match.
Well, yeah, because everybody loves scaffold matches. It's over, bro. Skywalkers,
dude,
bro.
We're gonna throw him off the scaffold, and he's gone forever, bro.
That's like count number 10 for us to do it. We need to keep a count of that. You people at home, it's like the world title count. Keep count at home how many times we say that, and then tweet us about it at PodRest Society. God.
Yeah, and then we'll delete your tweet and be gone forever, bro.
God dang it. Had to get it in again. What else you got? Any big notes from this one? I'm seeing at the end there's some weird crap going on.
Well, first, back to that Pittsburgh plunge thing. To set up the match, he throws Crowbar off the balcony. Shane Douglas does.
Okay.
Yep, just chucks him off through a table. Here.
Nice.
Sting versus the Great Muta. ends in a no contest because, everything is in a no contest.
Yep.
He chases Muta up the Tron, and the Dark Carnival cuts the hole through the screen and comes out and beats up Sting, but that's about it. No one gets thrown off, at least.
Giggity. Wow.
Yeah, it seemed kind of useless. I say that, and then I'll knock it if they do something stupid, so I don't know.
It's either useless or stupid at this point. It's a little combo of both.
The show ends with so Vito turns on Russo, gives him the Italian kiss of death, beats the hell out of him with a stickball stick. So Goldberg drags Russo out to the desert to bury him.
And he's going to be gone forever, bro. Did it again.
Yes, an actual desert, by the way.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, a car rolls up behind him. It's Bret Hart. He says he wants to bury Russo because he knows it was Russo in Montreal at the Survivor Series who did it to him. All of a sudden, Bret turns on Goldberg and hits him with a shovel and gets in his face and says, "I can end careers too."
In the face. Wow. Yeah. Okay. That was something. That was one way to end a show, I guess. Isn't this the second time we've had somebody go out in the middle of the desert and whatever? Didn't Ric Flair do something like that?
Yeah, Ric Flair and the Filthy Animals. Yeah.
Oh, man. Just holy mackerel. I don't even know what to say. That was an ending.
Nothing big on Thunder that week, so September 4th.
Well, real quick, before we move on into September, we got to take our first break here. And I also want to let everybody know, before we take our break, how you can join the society being a paying member and advertise yourself, your product, or your podcast here on the Podcast Wrestling Society. We can help you get the word out here on the podcast about you, your product, or your show. Whatever you want to advertise, head on over to AdvertiseCast.com/podcast wrestling society. There you can see an about me, about the podcast, and about your loving leader, benevolent host, and Midwest monster, me, as well. You can see our demographics, our reach on the podcast, and on social media. You can see anything you want to know about the podcast is on there. Our rates are on there as well for a 10, 15, 30, 60, or 120-second promo. Whatever you want, and even if you want live reads, just let us know, and we will get the word out about whatever you want us to advertise within reason. Just hit us up or email me directly at JapaneseProWrestling@gmail.com or hit me up on social media. It's at PodWrestSociety, and you can join the society. And now we are going to take a quick break, let you know about all the other great podcasts on DramaCityProductions.com under the Drama City Productions Network. Right after our break, we will dive headfirst into the crap of September 2000 in WCW under the benevolent and iron-fisted reign of Vince Russo. We'll be right back.
DramaCityProductions.com.
Yo, check it. Chino's Hip Hop Stop. Yo, check us up on Twitter. Everybody knows that they listen on Twitter. Legit. Everybody can hear the picture. We spitting it down and putting the rhymes like scriptures. Everybody knows when you get down with the show on all your major podcast listening forms, so applications or any form of media. Come step to us. We're the #1 competitor.
DramaCityProductions.com.
Small Town Mentality Podcast with your host Ben, a podcast about nothing and everything, a podcast where we get together with friends, drink beer, and see where the conversation takes us. We don't edit, we don't care what people say. It's small town people with a small town mentality. It gets offensive at times, lots of swearing, and a whole lot of not caring. Available everywhere you get podcasts. You can find us on Twitter at STMPod, on Instagram at STMPodcast, and on Facebook at Small Town Mentality Pod. We'll see you there.
And we are back, bros and broettes, to go over all things Russo in September of 2000 in WCW. And from what I'm seeing, from what it says here, it says WarGames 2000, Russo's Revenge.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the triple cage, by the way.
Oh, yay! For all of you, because we need multiple variations of the cage. For all of you on the other channel, the main event on Raw this week is The Rock and The Undertaker versus Edge and Christian for the WWF Tag Team titles.
I don't remember that one.
Well, I mean, it can't be better than this.
Well, no. I mean, all night we have Lance Storm making Major Gunn do grueling exercises to become Canadian.
Yes, because all Canadians are fit.
That's what he said. That's exactly what he said.
Holy Matt. Okay.
Oh, man.
We'll go with that. Well, yeah, because Scott D'Amore is in lovely shape.
I don't have a lot of notes on the show because it was actually not that bad until we got to the cage.
Well, I was seeing what it says they're in Dallas, and it was, why did they have WarGames on a random Nitro, by the way?
Well, I mean, it's September, so they always had it in September.
Yeah, but they couldn't have it at Fall Brawl? Like normal?
Well, no. No, but there is a cage match at Fall Brawl.
I'm sure there is. Yeah, I saw a caged heat.
Nash is like teasing a face turn all night, basically, by threatening Russo. Because he doesn't want to be a fighting champion. He wants to defend his title on the 29th day on the 11th hour, and that's it for the whole month. He said he'll defend it once a month.
Wow. Against Kiwi.
Yeah. The triple cage match ends with, what you said, Brett stopping Goldberg from winning. Nash hugs Russo, revealing it was a swerve all along.
Swerve, bro!
Yeah.
Wow. Brett appeared outside, slamming the cage door on Goldberg's head, knocking him to the floor. Russo grabbed the belt again and was stopped by Nash, who, after a brief pause, hugged Vince and walked out of the cage to retain the WCW title.
Yep.
Wait a minute. So the finish to WarGames was you have to leave the cage?
No, got to go to the top of the third cage, grab the title, come back down, leave the cage with it.
That's not WarGames.
He said it's a new take, bro.
It's an awful take. Freaking Lethal Lockdown was better than this. I like Lethal Lockdown, by the way, but that's beside the point. Either way, what the F? And why was Vince Russo involved in this match?
You want to be world champion.
The teams were Kevin Nash, Vince Russo, Scott Steiner, and Jeff Jarrett versus Booker T, Sting, Goldberg, and Chronic.
Yeah.
Oh, God. So, 5-man teams? Or, well, no, the one, Kevin.
No,
Nash
the Chronic beat Cat to eliminate him, therefore they both got in. But it would end up being 4-on-3 because Chronic would chase the Harris boys out.
Wow, okay. This is, well, I can't say it's any weirder than anything else we've read on this show, so yeah. Who the hell is Miss Jones, by the way?
That's the Cat's assistant.
Okie dokie.
Well, we'll talk more about her right now, September 11th, actually.
Yeah, hooray. The main event on Raw is The Rock and The Undertaker versus Kane and Chris Benoit. Those are the weirdest effing tag teams. Guarantee it's still better than whatever the hell we get from Vinny Ruru over on Nitro, but go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you the first match right here, dude. Stickball bat on a pole, bro.
What the hell? Yeah, I'm seeing
already
that.
Better, right?
And
better.
It involves Reno. That means it's going to be amazing.
It's Reno and Big Vito.
Oh man, that's main event anywhere in the world, bro.
Only because something's on a pole.
Well, that helps
Johnny the
it.
Bull returns after being out forever and turns on Big Vito. Joins the Natural Born Thrillers.
Swerve, bro. God dang. It's just swerving for the sake of swerving. It's not a swerve anymore because you expect it.
Yep. We got a couple more of those coming too. A big one actually at Fall Brawl. Hey, you know what we haven't talked about in a minute?
What?
A man beating up a woman. Let's talk about that.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
So it's Medusa versus Tori. Match ends pretty quick. Shane Douglas gets involved. He then slams the hell out of Medusa and puts her in an STF.
Well, I don't even know what to frickin' say about this. Right after that match, I see backstage Crowbar helping David Flair get ready for the wedding. In the other dressing room, Jimmy Hart gave Stacy Keibler a telegram that arrived for her, but she set it aside and continued her preparation.
We'll get to that too.
Outside. Outside, here we go. Outside, after another black limousine arrived, the Partridge Family bus pulled up to the building and out walked Mike effing Awesome. Okay. And I see another, speaking of men beating up women, I see...
it's coming. Hold on. Just settle down. Jeez, you're jumping ahead.
Well, no, I'm just saying I see it coming up. I'm hoping you dive into it.
Why wouldn't I?
Let's go, bro.
So it's Jeff Jarrett versus Miss Jones, and Jeff Jarrett's handcuffed the whole match. Yet, he's able to grab the guitar and break it over her head.
Because why not? Broke 1,000 guitars, never drew a dime.
Rest in peace. Now let's get to this awesome wedding, because this was like money right here, dude.
Yeah.
Ric Flair returns. He's been gone for a while. He's sporting that weird-looking spiked hairdo because they shaved his head.
Yeah. That was the best
So he gets
hairdo.
in the ring. He looked just like David, by the way. It was creepy. He gets in the ring, and some cops come down and arrest him in the middle of it for violating the restraining order that Russo still has on him.
Wow.
Yeah. After he's being escorted off, Stacy runs after him. Yeah. And then that ends that whole segment. But then they pick back up on the wedding later, and Stacy reveals, and here comes Russo. I mean, not out physically, but this is what he did. Stacy reveals that David is not the father.
And you are not the father. Well,
oh, man.
I see, as Ric Flair's being put into the police car, Arn told his friend that he would take care of David and be down to bail the Nature Boy out later. Somehow, I don't think that's the first time he's said that.
Yeah, right.
Vince Russo's doctor explained the brain surgery that he had performed this past weekend on the WCW creative head. What?
Yeah.
So
he says it's funny. He says it's ironic. He said he got a concussion in that cage. He really didn't. But in the cage match coming up when he wins the title, he gets a legit concussion. Almost like karma,
bro.
Yeah.
Gosh. Well, I see earlier leading up to this main event here. Is there something else before we get into the main event here?
No.
Okay, well, I see earlier in the show, it's Kevin Nash versus Scott Steiner for the world title, by the way.
He's trying to convince him to do the finger poke of doom, and Steiner won't.
Yeah, apparently he's in the back drawing diagrams on a dry erase board to explain it to Steiner. Like,
yep.
What the hell? Yeah. By the way, aren't they like partners?
Yeah.
And aren't they on Russo's side?
Yeah. I think the Catmen fight one another.
Okay. I guess I was like, what is going on here? Oh, God.
Well, the show ends with Jeff Jarrett driving the 70s bus to the ring, and all the natural-born thrillers getting out and destroying all the faces.
Because of course they would. Just every single main event, man. Everyone is overbooked to hell. Every effing one.
I just still can't figure out why WCW went under.
They can't just have a normal freaking finish. Finish a show. Just finish it. Somebody shoulders the mat, somebody tapping out, something like that, without 50 people who aren't involved in the match getting involved in the match. It's super simple. It's been going on since the dawn of time in pro wrestling. It's drawn tons of money. Why is this such a hard concept for Vince effing Russo to understand?
Because reasons.
And I've noticed, like, on multiple occasions, like, not so much recently here, but this has been a problem throughout WCW. They had a humongous roster, okay? And people are working 2-3 times a night. Why?
And they're all handicap matches, too.
Yeah. Like, just, like, I'm, like, my brain hurts.
Oh, let's get to Fall Brawl. It's no better.
Well, since we're diving into Fall Brawl, and this is where we will leave you, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to take our final break of the podcast. Right here, we're going to tell you about some other great podcasts on the Drama City Productions Network. Check out DramaCityProductions.com. When we come back, it's Fall Brawl 2000. Be prepared.
DramaCityProductions.com.
Hey, I'm Morgan Danielle,
And I'm Luco Blaze.
and you can check us out on www.themetalexperience.com for the latest interviews featuring punk and metal bands from the Chicago area. And on our website, you can read interviews and reviews from bands all over the world in our blog section, either on Reviews from the Crypt or the Let's Chat Q&A sessions.
Also, check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
And remember to keep it metal.
Drama City Productions presents.
Hey, it's Ben here, host of the Regular Stories podcast, a podcast where I interview interesting people about their lives. These are not celebrities, they're not the elite. These are regular people, and these are their stories. You can follow us on Facebook at Regular Stories and on Instagram at Regular Stories. We are everywhere that you can get a podcast. We are on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, just about everywhere else. Look up Regular Stories Podcast.
And we are back to cover Fall Brawl 2000, bro. Man. It would be the final Fall Brawl event before the company folded and was purchased by the World Wrestling Federation in March 2001.
Biggest heel turn in history happens right here, I think. One of them.
Oh, God. Yeah, let's hear it. I'm ready.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan turns on America and helps Lance Storm win.
No! Why?
No, when I said that, by the way, the announcer said that. This is the biggest swerve in history. Yeah. Rips off his shirt and has a Canada shirt on underneath it.
Reasons? There are none.
Yep.
Just like
it gets
none.
better. It gets better the next few nitros too. So you'll see.
Yay! I can't wait.
Shane Douglas throws Kidman off the scaffold through the stage.
Oh, God.
The announcers say he's crippled and we're never going to see him again. He's going to be gone forever, bro.
Oh, yes. By the way, that scaffold match, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's it.
5 minutes too long.
God. I see Sting defeated the Great Muta and Vampiro in a triple threat match.
That was really good.
Why would they, aren't Great Muta and Vampiro in the Dark Carnival together?
Yeah, I don't know why. They do that a couple times.
So it was essentially essentially a handicap.
Yep.
And the one beat the two.
Yep.
That's the rule, bro.
And, it was not a bad event, actually, the whole thing as a whole.
I see a bunkhouse brawl match, whatever the hell that is, between Mike Awesome and Jeff Jarrett.
Guess who takes a guitar shot Gary effing Coleman.
Yes. He's a little person, bro. Hit him with a guitar. What you talking about,
again,
Jarrett?
Again, fun match. So.
Oh, I'm sure. I assume Awesome was pissed because Jarrett stole his bus.
Yeah, but he wins, so he got his revenge.
Yay. Yeah, let's pump Jarrett up as a main eventer some more by having him lose to that 70s guy.
And it's been 6 days, so it's got to be a real title change.
Well, hell
so
yeah.
Booker T wins the title from Nash.
God
New
dang
champ count 12.
He wins in a caged heat match in 9 minutes, 2 seconds. Mother of God.
It's just a cage match, by the way, so.
Wow. I also see we get an elimination match between the Filthy Animals and the Natural Born Thrillers that apparently just seems like they're ripping off Survivor Series with this match.
They were. But again, fun match.
Went 16 and a half minutes. Oy. Man, just this. The attendance was 8,638. Took place in Buffalo, New York, in the HSBC Arena. Man, they couldn't even draw 10,000 to this damn thing. I mean, go figure. This was something. Well, I think that about ends it for this. Why was the cover Goldberg and Steiner, by the way, when they're not even the... I guess they were next to last in a no DQ.
It was the most built-up match on the whole card.
That should tell you something. But yeah, so that's that. Next show, I guess, by the way, this tagline, unedited, unpredictable, unbelievable.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. But we are halfway through September, ladies and gentlemen. Next...
There are 3 Nitros left under the Russo era.
Oh, yeah, and then we're diving into Halloween Havoc. Or are we diving into Halloween Havoc?
I don't think we will. No, I mean, it's not a Russo thing.
Okay, well, we might brush over it a little bit just for kicks and gigs. But yeah, so that was an experience, all right. Not the Velveteen Dream experience, but an experience nonetheless. Next week, we will come at you with Part 7 and wrap this damn thing up before we dive headfirst into 1995, a year in wrestling review. That will be painful. You know, Clubber Lang in the Rocky films, pain. Anyway.
We're going to do it ourselves, just for you.
Oh, hell yeah. For the listeners, bro. Thank you for joining me today, Greg.
Yeah, of course. I'm almost done with this pain.
Oh, yeah. And we will see you all on the flip side. Later.
Later.
This has been a Drama City production.